Salutări, dragi geeks de toate vârstele, sexele și afiliațiile. Suntem la East European Comic-Con 2014, alături de două cosplayerițe internaționale foarte cunoscute. Hello, ladies.
Hello.
I have to say, I feel very humbled between two such attractive ladies with great costumes.
Thank you.
First of all, would you please introduce yourselves to our public?
I'm Kamui from Germany, or Svetlana Kund. I cosplay since 2003, and I'm in a costume of a Dovahkiin from Skyrim in a sexy armor.
Of course, it has to be sexy armor. Can you do the Fuzroda scream?
I still didn't learn it yet. I mean, my armor is still not high enough.
I understand.
Hi, I'm Yaya, and I come from the United States, and I've been cosplaying since 1999.
Wow, was cosplaying even a thing back then?
In the United States, there was cosplay, but it was a very different world. It was very, very underground subculture of a subculture. But I'm still doing it after 15 years, and I really enjoy it. And right now, I'm dressed as Night Raven Fiora from League of Legends.
Awesome. As it's plain to see, you girls have awesome costumes. So allow me to ask you this. What is the driving force behind the passion you have to build the costumes and then wear them? And what's the passion behind cosplaying for each of you?
I think everybody has different reasons to cosplay. For me, I'm more focused in craftsmanship. This means I just love to create something by my own hand and, bring a fictional character to life. And I'm more a crafting person. And I also really love to help other people, to inspire people with tutorials I write, for example. And I think the cosplay community as we all need to help each other, and that's my main motivation.
That's a great feeling and way of approaching it.
Well, for me, when I started cosplaying, it was really just about being the character. It was the best way to express how much you love a character. Like for me, instead of wearing a t-shirt with a character's, face on it.
What do you mean about that?
I'm saying that's your way. You choose to express how much you like Superman.
Actually, I like
Superboy.
Yeah, I like Batman more, but
Yeah, but that's your form of expression. For me, my form of expression is making the costume. That's my way of paying tribute. And I think that's all great. It's a fantastic, way to be a geek, to be a fan. But I also fell in love with the craftsmanship aspect because there was no way for me to purchase a costume back in '99. There was nobody who was making costumes. So I had to make them myself very badly at the beginning. So I'm actually very sewing focused, very detail focused. But what I love about cosplay is that there's always something to learn. Even after all these years, after almost 300 costumes, there's still things that I can learn. And Kamui is the one that taught me how to make armor. She invited me over to her home and literally showed me how to work with Warbler, and this Fiora costume is my first Warbler project. So it's really amazing to meet people like her who can inspire and who can, teach other people. And I try as much as possible to also give back to the community with whatever knowledge that I have. So
that's great. I have a little bit of knowledge of making armor myself because I worked on a robotic arm, and I actually had to study how to make medieval armor in order to customize it to my hand. So I understand.
You can buy my books if you want.
That's great. That's great. Now, related to making the costumes, and even if you were to buy a costume, you couldn't get it as detailed and especially as customized as you can make it when you make it your own. What would be one very basic tip that you would impart to a beginner cosplayer just to get them on the right track?
I would say the really only important thing is search for tutorials. Search for, somebody who already made a similar project like you and documented his steps. I basically always show in YouTube videos and on my blog and my books how I make all these costumes. And it's much more easier to build something if you just see how somebody else had a success or failed, because you know what you have to do and what you better don't do. And then it's much more easier. It saves time, it saves nerves, and it saves money.
Also, I guess it saves on burnt or poked fingers.
Yeah.
So basically, document yourself greatly before starting.
I agree. Resources are out there, like things that 15 years ago I had no access to is now widely available to cosplayers. So cosplayers can start making really incredible costumes from the very beginning. And I also think it's really important to remember that it's okay to start small somewhere. It's okay to start with a simple costume or with, something that is put together. You don't have to make everything, but if you make something on your costume, the pride you feel when you wear it is so much greater than if it was all just commissioned by someone else. And that's the sense that I think both of us, we want to impart on cosplayers and, future cosplayers, that it is a art form, it's a hands-on crafting pastime, and it brings you a lot of joy just sitting there and doing something hands-on.
So the conclusion would be look for information and start small, I guess.
It's okay. Yeah, it's okay to start small. You don't have to make a transformer as your first costume.
That's
It's okay.
You can try, of course. But okay, so this is Sunday, the third day of East European Comic Con 2014, and I'm guessing this is the first time both of you have been in Romania.
Yes.
But I'm more interested in what was the impression of the local cosplay scene, because you have obviously seen way bigger events. But I would like to remind you that this is just our second one, and it's already a great upgrade from the one last year. So, what did you think about the costumes you've seen, and the people, the general people?
I was really impressed how creative people here are. I mean, it seems that many people don't have that much money, and we saw yesterday people who made armor from plastic bottles or from X-ray plastics and fabric, and it's just amazing how innovative people are. I mean, there are great materials for different costumes, but here people don't say, oh, I don't have money, I can make a costume. They really think, and they try to find different ways to make something they love and they dream of, and that's really impressive. Some of the cosplayers were also, I think they have more experience, and it was really impressive to see also this big costume. So I was really impressed by the beginners and also by the very experienced cosplay scene here, and it's really positive.
That's great.
Well, I mean, as a total, I think the convention is, it is young, but it is very enthusiastic. So I like the passion in all the attendees as well as all the cosplayers. In the contest, we had a great variety, and I think Livia and everyone else, they're really trying hard to focus on both performance and craftsmanship. And it's cool that this convention actually has two contests. Most conventions only dedicate one contest to costumes. So I think it's building. Like, your community is building.
That's
like
good.
The cosplay is only going to get much better, and it shows how small the world has become and how great the internet is to help us all meet each other and learn from each other. So.
Okay, ladies, I have to thank you very much for your time. I know you're both very busy. And in case you like this, I hope to see you in the future in Romania in a bigger and better East European Comic Con.
Absolutely. We've had a great time. Thank you, East European Comic Con.
It was amazing here. Thank you very much.